Very good morning everyone. In our previous video we have seen the topics which are related with the characteristics of constructor, or we can say there are two types of constructor. Number one, implicit constructor and explicit constructor, or we can say explicit constructor or parameterized constructor. In our today's session we are going to discuss regarding multiple constructor in a class, as well as we are going to learn the constructor with default arguments. So in our today's video we are going to see these two topics. So let us start with the multiple constructor in class. But before starting our today's session, I would like to discuss the things which are related with the constructor. Now let us recall the topics which are related with our previous two sessions, that is default constructor and parameterized constructor. So basically the question is sorry, what is constructor? See, in C++, if you want to initialize the value of variable, right? Suppose I am going to declare or create one class employee, and now I have declared two variables of employee class, that is integer employee ID and salary, or character pointer name. Now suppose if I want to initialize the value of employee ID, salary or name, in such cases initialization is not possible over here. That means I cannot write like emp ID equals to 1 or salary equals to 5000. Such thing cannot be possible with the C++. So what you need to do, you need to create one UDF in which generally we people note it with get data, and inside void get data UDF I am going to initialize the value of class variable, that is employee ID 1, salary equals to 5000, and nm strcpy nm equals to Radha. So in this way we are going to initialize the value of class variable. But remember one thing, that if I don't want to declare any UDF for the initialization of the value of class variable, in such cases I have the concept of constructor. Now what is the difference between UDF and constructor, right? So see, if I have declared any function as a UDF function, in such cases the return type should be mentioned over here. But when you declare constructor of the class, at that time no need to return the any value, or no need to use return statement inside the UDF or constructor. So first of all, the first characteristic of constructor is what? We need to create constructor in this way. Now how can I bifurcate that this is the method or UDF and this is the constructor? Because the name of the constructor would be exactly the same as the name of class. So you need to be careful while you define the constructor. At that time it must contain the similar name as a class name. So over here I have taken employee, but constructor does not have any return type, so I cannot use return statement inside constructor, and I do not need to mention any void or any other data type over here. So that is the second difference between constructor and UDF. Now whatever the code I have written over here, that can be written over here. Now the way you call constructor or UDF, suppose if I want to call this get data, in such cases inside void main I need to create object of employee class, and through the object of employee class E1 I am able to call get data function, right? So when you have created UDF, this is the third biggest difference between UDF and constructor, that when you want to call the UDF or any function which are part of the class, at that time you just need to create the object of that particular class, and with the help of object of that class I am able to access the method which are declared inside the class. But when there is a constructor, right, in these cases I have declared employee and then two brackets are empty brackets, right? So in such cases, when I create object of employee class, when I create E1, it will call the default constructor of employee class. So remember one thing, that when you have declared default constructor within the class, in such situation it will automatically call the default constructor of class when you create the object of that particular class. So this is the first way to declare or use the constructor, right? What is the second way? You just need to declare the default constructor which is same, but what is the changes? Say for example over here integer EID, so I need to use EID over here. Now see, don't get confused between how to pass values over here. The left side of equals to variable would be a part of class, that means over here, right? And the variables which are at the right hand side of the equals to would be variables which are declared inside the argument list. So remember one thing, those variables which are declared as an argument cannot be used outside this function. So in this way you can use the parameterized constructor. Now how can I call this parameterized constructor? Right now I have passed only a single value, so I can use it like this. Now when I create the object of employee class, at that time with the employee class I need to pass value, that is, say for example I have passed ID 5. So this is called parameterized constructor. When you have created object, with the help of object I need to pass the value. Remember one thing, I have passed one integer value with parameter, so I need to pass integer value from the function call, from the object call, right? So after that, suppose I am going to use like this, character pointer nm1, right? So for that, what would be my second argument over here? That is character, naturally, right? So I am going to pass Rahul from the parameterized constructor, but you need to be careful that when you call the constructor, at that time sequence matters a lot. What does it mean? That suppose I have passed integer argument over here and I have passed character argument over here, then you need to be careful that when you create the object of that particular class, at that time you just need to pass first the integer argument and then you need to pass the character argument. So this thing you need to be careful. So over here I have used the concept of constructor. I have explained the default I have explained default constructor as well as the concept of parameterized constructor. Now see, when I am going to implement these two functions within the same class, right? So now if I want to use the concept of default argument the concept of default constructor, as well as I want to pass the concept of parameterized constructor in a single class, such thing is called as multiple constructor in the class. So in our today's session we are going to learn multiple constructor, or we can say constructor overloading. This is the very much important topic in your theoretical examination as well as in the practical exam. So be careful and do watch a video properly. Let us start with the practicals. Example of multiple constructor in a class or example of constructor overloading. We have already seen the concept of function overloading, right? So this is the concept of constructor overloading. What is the concept of function overloading? See, the name of function would be same in such cases, but number of argument would be differ, and the number of argument only you can call the functions. So the constructor overloading is nothing but you are going to create multiple constructor within the same class, but the number of argument you passed is different. Now let us include two header file, iostream.h and has include conio.h void main. I have created the structure of void main first, clr ser get ch. Let us create class called addition. Public keyword, I am going to declare integer integer a comma b. First of all, let me create default constructor. The name of constructor must be the name of class, so I have used addition over here, and then two empty bracket. The meaning of empty bracket is what? It is the default constructor. Now I am going to use a equals to 10 and b equals to 5. Say for example, similarly I want to write parameterized constructor also, because our concept is what? We are going to use constructor overloading. So parameterized constructor, again addition function, but over here I need to declare two variables, that is m and n. And remember one thing, that life of m and n would be up till this block, right? So I have used, see, two constructor I have declared inside addition class, right? This is the default constructor and this is the parameterized constructor. Now a equals to m and b equals to n. Let me create one method which is called display method, which displays the addition of a and b. So cout statement, addition of a and b is a plus b. Now void main we have already written. Let us create object of addition class a1. Now addition a2. With addition a2 I am going to pass value of variable a and b or m or n, right? Now see, when I create object without passing any value, it will call default constructor of addition class, and when I pass some parameters with the object, at that time it will call parameterized constructor. So you can refer over here. First of all, let me save the program, and then we will discuss the things which are related with the multiple constructor in class. This is the, I have given D21 over here. You can take any you can give any program name. Let me run the program first. Okay, I have not called display function over here. A1.display and A2.display. Addition is one more thing. I need to use \n code over here, so that output will come in new line. See over here, the addition of A and B is 15 and addition of A and B is 35. Now how the calculation is performed? First of all, we have created the object of addition class without passing any argument. So it will call the default constructor of class, because in definition only, once you create the object of any class, it will call the default constructor of that particular class. So it will go inside addition constructor and it will initialize the value of A by 10 and B by 5, right? After that, we have again created the object of addition class, that is A2 in this situation, right? Now remember one thing, I have used A2 over here, but with A2 I have passed two values. But I want to clarify one thing over here. Be careful and listen carefully, that when I create object of addition class, that is A2, right? But it will automatically call the default constructor sorry, it will automatically call the default constructor of this class. Why? Because what is the definition of default constructor? When you create object of any class, it will call default constructor of that class, right? So even if I have provided value with the object, even though first of all it will call the default constructor of this particular class, it will initialize the value of A by 10 and B by 5. After that, you have passed the value 15 and 20. So in this case, it will override the it will override the value of A by 15 and B by 20. But you just need to keep in your mind that when you create the object of addition class, even though if you pass some parameters with the constructor, in such cases also it will automatically call the default constructor of the class, right? And after default constructor of class, it will override the value of A and B by 15 and 20. So you just need to be careful and your concept would be clear in such cases, right? Because A2 we have created over here, so it will automatically call default constructor of class, even though we have used parameters with that. So after that, it will automatically override the value of A and B by M and N. And what is the value of M and N? That is 15 and 20. Now see, in this way structure is created. A1 over here, A2, A1, A equals to 10 and A1, B equals to 5. In case of A2 of A, that is 15 and A2 of B, that is 20, right? And in this way the calculation is performed. So now let me recall this concept once again, that when you have used the concept of multiple constructor defined within the one class, in such cases you are having default constructor as well as parameterized constructor. But when you create object of any class, at that time it will first call the default constructor of particular class. So when you create parameterized constructor, right, over here, when you call it when by passing some values over here, even though in such cases also, once you have created a2, that means it will automatically call the default constructor of class. It will initialize the value of a and b by 10 and 5. After that, when you call it by the passing the parameters, in such cases it will override the value of a by 15 and value of b by 20. Now see, one more time, if I want to write parameters over here, right, suppose third variable I want to define a, b and c. So again I can create addition over here, m, n and o. Now a equals to m, b equals to n and c equals to o. Right, now let us call, I have create one display one function which will display cout addition of a and a, b and c is a plus b plus c. And when I create object, with the object I need to pass three values. A3, 1, 2 and 3. Say for example I am passing three values, and when I want to display this value, I can use a3 dot display, because a3 dot display 1, because in display 1 I have used the addition of three values. Now let us execute the program. The output would be 6. Why? Because we have passed three values a, b and c, 1, 2 and 3. So in this way you can use the multiple constructor within one class, or we can say the concept of constructor overloading. Again, let me repeat once again that this program may ask in the 5 marks, right, or concept may ask in 5 marks. So you need to start with the concept of constructor. The constructor is nothing but it is used to initialize the value of class variable. When you are having more than one constructor which is defined within one class, is known as the constructor concept of constructor overloading, or we can say multiple constructor in one class. When you create object of that class, it will call default constructor automatically, but when you have passed some values with the creation of object, at that time it will call parameterized constructor of class, and you can define more than one constructor within one class. So our concept is what? Multiple constructor in one class. Let me take one new file. Create employee class, enter name, designation and salary using constructor overloading. Also calculate and print HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. Right? Now what is our definition? We need to use the constructor overloading in the class. While I am going to create the class employee, at that time I need to create multiple constructor which is declared within one class. So for that I need to create employee class. I need to input name, designation and salary, and based on salary I need to use the concept of constructor overloading, and based on that I need to calculate and print the HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. So first of all let us include 3 header files over here, because see over here we have to input name and salary, name and designation, right? So for that string.h is a header file which we need to include. iostream.h has include conio.h, and third header file is what? string.h. Now class emp, let us define integer, salary, HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. Character NM of 25 and designation of 25. Now let us make public keyword. Then let me create default constructor. EMP. Inside EMP I just need to define 3 values, that is salary equals to, say for example 7,000, strcpy function, nm, inside nm I am going to store Radha, strcpy, designation manager, now again I am going to create parameterized constructor, because we have used the concept of constructor overloading. Employee, integer salary 1, character pointer nm1 and character pointer designation 1. Now what we need to do over here, salary equals to salary 1, then strcpy, we are going to copy the string inside nm1 and strcpy designation 1. Now let us use calculate method, because we need to calculate HRA equals to salary multiplied by 0.20, TA equals to salary multiplied by 0.05, DA is fixed 400, PF equals to salary multiplied by 0.25. Remember one thing, formula, if it is not given in the exam you can apply any formula. Net salary equals to salary plus HRA plus TA plus DA and minus PF. Now void display, because we need to create display function. Now cout \n employee detail is cout, name is nm. Then we need to print designation cout, \n, designation is designation cout, \n, salary is salary, cout, \n, HRA is HRA, cout, TA is TA, cout, \n, DA is and cout, PF is PF, cout, net salary is net salary. So this is the display function through which we are going to print the details which are related with the employee: name, designation, salary, HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. Let me repeat this code once again. In this employee class, we have mentioned 3 header files, or we have included 3 header files because over here string.h is required file. After that, we have defined different types of variables which are required to implement the program. Then public keyword, don't forget to write the public keyword, otherwise you cannot use the given constructor outside the class. So you need to take care regarding the public keyword. Then we have to use the concept of multiple constructor which is declared within the class. So first of all, I have used the concept of default constructor. Inside default constructor, 3 basic required things I have initialized, that is salary, name and designation. With the parameterized constructor, I have declared 3 variables, that is integer salary1, character pointer nm1 and character pointer designation1, and I have initialized the value of these 3 variables by passing parameters to it. After that, I have implemented one calculate method. In that, I have passed different formulas which are based on the calculations HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. And after that, void display function is a function through which I am going to display the values which are related with the employee. Now let us implement the structure void main, clear screen and get ch function. Let us create object of employee class, employee E1, automatically calls when object of class is created with the E1 dot calculate E1 dot display sorry, E1 dot calculate E1 dot display. Let me put one cout statement over here, call of default constructor E1 dot display and E1 dot calculate. Now I want to call parameterized constructor, right? But what thing I need to take care, that the way I have declared parameterized constructor over here, in same sequence I need to pass my data. Over here, first of all, integer argument is there, so when I create object, at that time I need to pass integer value, and then to character or string data I need to pass. So I need to take care regarding such. Again, employee E2, over here 9000, comma, Krishna and clerk E2 dot calculate and E2 dot display. Now see, again I want to repeat one point over here, that when I create object E2, at that time first of all it will initialize the value of variable by default value, but after that when you create object and when you pass parameters with this, that means 9000 Krishna and clerk is passed over here, at that time that value is overwritten and it will initialize salary by 9000 Krishna into name, and into the designation it will store clerk. Let us save the program first and then we will execute program. See, call of default constructor, employee detail is Radha, designation is manager, salary is 7000. Based on the salary it is calculated HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary. After that, based on the parameters we have passed, that is Krishna, clerk and salary 9000, based on that the calculation is performed and HRA, TA, DA, PF and net salary is printed. So this is all about the concept of multiple constructor which is declared inside the class. But for that, when you create object, at that time it will automatically call the default constructor of class, and you can use or define many constructor within the same class, and based on your argument it will call the constructor which is declared within the class. Now let me share the programs which are related with the multiple constructor in the class. I just want to take one more concept today, but due to the limitation of time we have completed only a single concept, that is called multiple constructor which is declared inside the class. So in our today's session we have discussed two programs only, so you need to write these two programs in the journal. This is the first program of our today's session, declaring multiple constructor in a class or constructor overloading. Function overloading, we have already seen 3 overloading we need to see regarding the syllabus. Number 1, function overloading, constructor overloading and operator overloading. Operator overloading we will cover in our next topic, or we can say in our next unit, but right now we have completed the concept of constructor overloading. Let me scroll down the program so that you can write it into the journal. The second program of our today's session, class employee. Let me scroll down. See, you can use or you can implement simple interest calculation program using same technique, or we can say when you want to input mark of 3 subjects, right, or 2 subjects, based on that you can also use this concept of multiple constructor which is declared inside the class. So this is all from my side. Enough for today. Thank you all.